Okay, I want to talk to you about reverse engineering your future self and how my future self rebuked me. It's funny now. Yeah, it's funny. But I was talking to a group of women, and before this meeting, I was unexpectedly back from vacation early. And so I tried to pull something together. It was kind of last minute, maybe a week or so notice. And so we came together and we sat down. We did our vision boards and we reverse engineered our future selves. And in doing that, one of the things that we were doing was we were just kind of picturing who that future self was, how they lived, what they looked like, that kind of thing, their resources, their finances, and all this good stuff. What's your dream? I want you to picture your wildest dream, and we're going to reverse engineer it. And so we got some things out. People shared what they were comfortable with, and then whoever was in the room that may have known a connection to this or a resource for that, or I want to study this or I want to learn that. Oh, hey, I have a friend that does that, and she has scholarships. Really, really good time. We got some things on the calendar, and we set some deadlines. We set some goals. We came up with some accountability parameters. But we reverse engineered it. What does she look like? How much does she weigh? Okay, and then when I say reverse engineering, I'm saying like, okay, get that person in your mind, get that home, that place in your mind, get that lifestyle in your mind, and hold on to it until it's in your spirit, and just do not let it go, no matter what. Continue to work towards it and pray towards it. But as you reverse engineer it, what does that person? How does that person eat? What time do they wake up in the morning? What do they do with their day? Do they, opulence? You want to live in opulence? Opulence is neat and orderly and organized. You don't see it all disheveled and unkept. You see it a certain way. How does this woman keep her hair? How does she keep her nails? How does she, we talked about doing a year of Esther, even, to just get in preparation and get in position for some things, and to just kind of love on ourselves, because sometimes we'll put ourselves last. Being women, we'll care for people and reach out to people. I mean, just do for people and pour ourselves out. And one of the points that I was making is that a lot of times, sometimes women get frustrated when they're doing those things because they're just spending themselves ragged. And if you sit down and stop and think about it, nobody asked you to. Were you even asked to do that? Did you even communicate that this is what you were expecting? That kind of thing. And we just talked about lightening our loads. We talked about loving on ourselves like we're the love of our own lives, not, making an idol of ourselves, but like Esther, when she was prepared, and, she was taken, even in her mindset, from being an orphan to a queen. There was a year of preparation that she went through. What does that look like for you? Is it, massages? Is it, books and self-help and learning and healing and growing and, spas? What does it look like for you? And we just kind of put some things on the calendar. Okay, your goal. One person had a certain trip, and I as well, a certain trip that they want to do by a certain day or on their birthday or something. Okay, let's look up the price of that ticket. Here's a link on how you can break it up into payments. Let's put that on the calendar. Let's put this on the calendar. We didn't get as deep as I normally would do, like when I'm doing it alone. I put some things on my phone, some reminders on my phone. I'll have pop-ups that'll show up and say, a certain time of day may remind me of something, and it's a reminder coming up. I'll say, hey Alexa, since she's listening anyway, remind me of this, do that. There's something that Alexa says, at a certain time of day, go to the gym, on your phone, if you find yourself kind of waning down around a certain time of day, have an alarm show up on your phone that just encourages you, and it doesn't say anything but you got this, or you can do this, or remember your future self is going to thank you for this, keep going, whatever it is. And there's different tips and tricks and things that I use in order to get to where I'm going, and we're going to see how this pans out, because we're on this journey together. So I we what did we do? Any divine connections in the room? Does anyone know someone? And there were people there that were able to kind of point each other in the right direction. We had a business person there. She made a few sales. It was just a wonderful time, and it's something that I would love to continue. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Even just accountability, and just getting to where we want to be. I don't want this year to be a year to where we are moving things from one resolution year to the next. And I want things to actually happen and to manifest and to put legs to those things. And sometimes we don't know what we don't know. You can say, "Oh, I want to go to school." Put it on the calendar. What's the name of the school? When does registration start? Write it on the calendar. Put a reminder on your phone. How much does it cost to send in the application? Okay, we're going to check on you in 2 days, and I want to make sure that by then you've sent that application in. That kind of thing, that kind of sisterhood thing. That's the kind of thing that I think that we can do well with, as opposed to because sometimes what the enemy will do, like you're supposed to be somewhere or going somewhere, or you have a certain desire or what have you, you have a need or whatever, and the Lord will send that person, and the enemy will stir up jealousy in you towards that person. And instead of using that person as an example or reaching out to that person and allowing them to take you under their wing and learning from them, the enemy will try to make you offended so you can miss that blessing, so you can miss that divine connection. He may try to make you jealous. He may try to make you just a lot of just dumb stuff, holes and stuff that you see people fall into time and time again. But so this year is going to be very different. It's going to be very intentional, and we're going to get to where we say we are. We're not just going to have some list that we dust off in December and say, oh. We're going to get to where we're going, and we're going to be, in order to do that, we have to be intentional about it. And so, funny side note, I'll probably make that another video, but when I was not doing what I was supposed to be doing, and or eating like I said I wanted to eat, or doing what I said I wanted to do, the Lord showed me my future self, and she was not pleased. She looked at me, and it was the image of me in my head that in the future that I said, okay, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to go. She was there, and she was looking at me, and she was not happy. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm on vacation. No, baby. This is you 24/7. I don't care what the calendar says. Walk in it. It's funny, but it wasn't at the time. I was like a little bit, like, listen, there's no such thing as doing too much. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is it. This is the only life you have. And and when you think back to, sometimes you can think back to how many times you said, okay, I'll start my diet tomorrow. I'll start this tomorrow. I'll start that tomorrow. And then you look up and, your high school friends' kids are graduating college. You're like, wait, how old are we? Oh my God. My auntie, no, that's how old my auntie is. No, that's how old you are. That's how much time has passed. And you still talking about tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow, I'm on vacation. No. We're going to do this thing, and we're going to get there. And 2026 is going to be a lot different this year. And I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. But I just thought that was funny. God, you really let my future self rebuke me like that. Hurt my little feelings, but I got my hips on up. And I got this here salad, and I'm going to the gym tonight. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.